Hey everybody, this is the How to Tie Knots channel, and in this video I'm going to show you how to tie the bowline as well as how to tie the bowline with just one hand, and the reason why you might want to know how to tie a bowline with just one hand. So to start off, we need something to tie this around. So I've got my trusty weight here, and you're going to, in fact, I'm going to turn this horizontal. It's going to be a little easier for me. And so you've got your tail end here. You've got it wrapped around your weight. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a loop in your loaded line. And then you're going to stick the unloaded end through that loop around your loaded line and then back into the loop, and then from there you just pull on the loaded line and it cinches down around that and you're good to go. Now there's a little another little saying that you can do along with this that might help you remember the proper way to do it, and that is that the rabbit comes out of the hole, around the tree, and then back into the hole again. I know it's another one of those silly little things that I've come up with in these videos, but that's the way that it was taught to me when I was learning how to do it. That's what they said. The rabbit comes out of the hole, around the tree, and then back down into the hole. And so one thing that you want to make sure you do is that you have your loop twisted the right direction, because when this comes around you need to have this line right here there to make sure that you've got something to pull against, because if you have that loop twisted the wrong way it's not going to work, because obviously there's nothing for it to pull against, and then when that goes back down into there it's just gonna completely come undone. So make sure you've got your loop twisted the correct way. The rabbit comes out of the hole, around the tree, and then back down into that hole, and then you pull on the tree like that and it tightens down. Now unlike the two half hitches, which was the last video that I did, this is not a noose knot. So when you pull on that lead line there, this loop is not going to get any smaller. It's going to stay the same size that it is from the moment you tie it to the time that you let any pressure off from this. I mean, it's always going to stay the same. So this is something that you can tie around yourself. Say, not that I would expect any of you would be doing this, but say you're out on a lake, and a frozen lake, and you fall through, and someone throws you a rope. This would be a knot that you could tie around yourself so they can pull you out. It's because it's not going to tighten around you. It's going to stay the same size. So as I said, I'm also going to show you how to tie this knot using only one hand. Now, the man that taught this to me was a former scoutmaster, and the story he told behind this is that there was a Marine who was, I believe, somewhere in the Middle East, and his vehicle got hit by an explosive, and this Marine got thrown and he landed in this sand pit, and something had happened to one of his arms. I don't know what it was, but that arm was disabled, so he only had one hand, and the sand pit was steep enough that he couldn't climb out. So when he had a couple people came to rescue him, they tossed him a rope and said, you got to tie yourself in there. We can't. So fortunately for this certain Marine, he knew how to tie a bowline using only one hand. And the way that you do that is you're going to take your tail end, you're going to make a loop in there. So that's the hole right there that the rabbit comes out of. And then you're going to wrap it around your tree or your lead line there, and then pull it back like this so that it's below your hole loop, your rabbit hole loop. And because of the way that this tightens, he actually wouldn't have had to tighten this knot down himself, because when his buddies pull on the rope, it's automatically going to tighten down on it, and then once it's tightened down, it'll pull him out. And so I'll do that one more time so that you can see how it's done. So you're going to take your tail end of the rope, make a loop, put your hand through that hole, wrap that tail around the lead line there, and then pull it back in through the loop. And then when whoever or whatever pulls on this lead line, it's going to tighten down around that, and you're good to go. So that's how you tie a bowline with both two hands and just one hand. And reasons why you might want to know how to do it with just one-handed. And so that's all for this video, and I will catch you guys next time.